Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
And good night.
Oh, and this time I have another dope piece of music to play for you. Let's see if you like this one when it comes to the underground with the raps, if you will. How about, what do you think?
Raps. The brother got the raps.
What do you think about this one?
Yeah. AKA Lorena Vici. Darren Genius. Yeah. Queens niggas on the come up. Swerving. God damn. You know my steez. Check. Yo. Beat the Sitchy, forever crispy, holding the pisty, who out to get me, Gypsy, Agatha Christie, Misty, but never.
Yo, man, listen, everyone's talking about Rock Marcy and Alchemist, and with good reason. Y'all got to spend some time with this Mayhem Loren and Derringer album.
Oh, that's Derringer? I was going to say, it sounds like Griselda.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, here you go.
Hey yo, just on road show looking like Billy Hood. Alice made a marble in the kitchen, we was bagging board, destroy, rebuild, we ill. Still keep the toy on paper, told my P.O. chill, we real. Both coasts got a condo, feed water, oil and fish. He got a combo, my nigga got hit with 20, he did his time, no. Nigga don't get out of line, I got my 9 on. Looking like Michael the Dream Team.
This album's pretty cool, man. A lot of joints. Bronson's on here. Conway's on here.
What's that? That's Mayhem?
Yeah, the Mayhem album with Derringer. Yo, Derringer, I need some beats, bruh. Before we get into all the bullshit of the world, also, Cipha, can you believe yesterday, 4 years since Mac Miller passed?
Yeah. I know how time works.
You're not surprised by time. Time doesn't creep up on you.
I'm sick of saying I can't believe that long ago. I can't believe it's
don't get me wrong. It's a boring, generic thing to say, but it did hit me. I was like, damn, for him to be gone from this world, though, 4 years just feels like, I'm like, wow, it's a long time. Yo, that's an entire high school. 4 years in high school seemed like an eternity.
Oh, don't talk to me about school.
Why?
Don't talk about, because my kids started school and bro, they're back in a blink of an eye. It's like, I remember being in school and it was like, felt like 40 hours a day. And they're back. I drop them off. They're back in it. Like, they're right back.
But by the way, that obviously is a microcosm of the exact thing I'm talking about, right? Like, time just goes, when you're a kid, a day, you get to school at 7:25.
You'd hear like, oh, that's next year, and you're like, a year. Oh my God, that's forever. Now a year's like, that's it, a year. Bro, we're in September right now.
So Mac passed away 4 years ago, September 7th. And that means that I'm just a month and change away from the old the big D word being the breakup being 4 years ago as well.
Really? I was going to ask how long it was, but I didn't want to bring it up.
I like that you didn't want to bring it up as if I don't bring it up.
Real quick, I know you people are subscribed to our Patreon.
I don't like how that sounds.
We really appreciate you guys and gals. You know what? Do the review shit on iTunes. I know it's stupid, but just do it. Just go by the iTunes and hit the 5 stars and just put a little review because it really helps us, man. If you help us, we help you. And go watch the video versions of this stuff, not just the Patreon episodes, but the regular episodes on the YouTube.
We really do appreciate everyone. It's a slow build. But I will say it's been slow but consistent. And you guys, the patrons, are at the core of that. And like, I really do imagine that we're going to be talking Cipha. And like we just said, time flies. We're going to blink. And 2 years from now, we're going to have 2,500 patrons. And we're going to actually, you know what I mean? And we're going to be like, wow, we got here. And it starts with you guys. Honestly, we were never able to stay over 700. And the other day when the month hit, we dropped down as we often do.
Don't tell them that happens.
But then we immediately were right back. Everyone said, no, I'm resubscribing. I'm staying.
Man.
And here we are.
God, it's fucking comic came up to me yesterday. It was like
Commented?
A comic.
Oh.
He came up to me with his earnest in his face. And he said, "Hey man, can I talk to you?" I was like, "Oh, this is not just a generic see you at the comedy club talk. This guy needs to chat." He goes, "Yo, you still cool with Rosenberg?" And in my mind, I'm like, "Fuck, man, does nobody know? Does nobody know we do this?"
Oh, are you still cool with him? Like he doesn't need.
You still cool with Rosenberg? And I go, "Yeah, we do a podcast." "Oh, really? Oh shit. Yo, can I ask you a question though?" I said, "Nah." He goes, nah, it's longer than this. I said, "Just tell me what it is. I just want to know. And then we can talk about it later." He goes, "Yo, man, like, I remember when you did my show, because I was on his podcast. You talked about like Rosenberg always being late. Like, how you deal with that shit, son?"
That was it?
Bro, I started cracking up. I said, "Oh, you got one of those type of partners. Okay." I said, "Call me tomorrow because you need to chat. It's a chat."
Wait, his podcast partner?
I don't know if it was his podcast partner or someone he does stuff with or whatever, but he was like, "Yo, man, he's always late, man."
Yo, that is so, of all the random things to pull out. I mean, listen, I appreciate it. He obviously that means he was pretty hardcore with us. He knew our.
No, I said it on his show.
Oh, you were talking shit about.
I was telling a funny
you were
story
talking shit about me
about you, yes,
on his podcast.
I was telling the story of how
Years ago.
I was telling the story of how when we had the pre-morning show
years ago,
and you would come in late. And then when we got the morning show, I told you, don't change anything about your life and you will be on time.
That didn't happen.
Did not happen.
Yo, honestly, I hate it. It's insane. I literally just adjust. I'm like, wait, hold on. How late can I be now to be basically late? Like, it doesn't make sense. We had it. What time are we getting there for the 5 to 7? We were supposed to be there, 4:45?
Yeah.
And our first break, if I recall, Cipha, we would first talk at like 5:10, I believe.
Right.
Right. So knowing me, I would walk in at 5:10, 5:12, whenever, right when we're about to start or starting.
Yeah.
So then when we switch to 6, you're like, boom, show up at 5:10. You will be fucking good to go.
Just don't change anything.
You'll be it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. You'll be right on time. I go back and forth. Like, when people talk about lateness in that regard, like they really see it as like just self-centered, like you don't care about other people's time as much as you care about yours. While I feel a lot of guilt around my tardiness, I don't know that I believe that is what it is. I really don't.
I don't take it that you don't care about anyone else's time. I just take it as I care about my time.
Right.
So
right.
waiting at work for you to show up and you're late, that's different than like that's out of my control. The show's still gonna go on whether you're there or not.
Right.
I'm talking about like if you
were meeting me for lunch and I kept
meeting you for lunch and someone keeps you waiting, it's fucked up.
Right.
Well, even showing up to work late too is fucked up, but not as much. Like there's still shit you could do around it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what Ebro does. Just starts the show.
Yeah,
just talks. It's like, hey, well, this motherfucker, whatever. I cannot believe I'm still doing mornings. I am a night person. I am a wake up at 11 a.m. person. And you know what? It finally took Cipha after 10 years at least of holding on to being able to sleep late on the weekends.
Yeah.
Post the whole breakup, moving out, being sad and not getting good sleep anyway, part of my life, it's over.
You sleep now.
No, I don't sleep. I mean, I don't sleep in. I don't sleep. I may fall asleep earlier now, but the sleeping in days,
you can't sleep in.
On a weekend, if I crush it. I crushed it last Monday. Yeah. After a couple of days of not getting really great sleep, Sunday night into Monday. Where Natalie and I were in our private getaway bungalow.
Oh, a little bungalow.
And I woke up. She left the bed early, and I stayed knocked out. I got up. I think I rolled out of the room at like close to 10 o'clock. And that was like, wow, I fucking killed it. And it might not have been, that might have been 9:30. But like this weekend, I'm going to see my
How could that be?
What do you mean?
How, you don't have a little 7-year-old fist punching you in the face?
I know. I don't yet. I don't.
Oh, well,
Don't worry.
Have that.
But you're gonna be laughing when I have the 7-year-old punching me in the chest, and you got a 15-year-old who's sleeping till noon.
I'd rather my 15-year-old sleep till noon than be out on the fucking streets and I gotta go get reckless.
No.
You see the guy, the black guy that went on the school bus and was yelling at his daughter's bully?
Nah.
Oh my God. This guy he said like a southern accent or Midwest. I don't know where he's from, but he gets on the bus. He's yelling at the bus driver.
I'm gonna look for this. Okay.
And he's like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of y'all. Anybody touch or say something to my daughter again, I'm fucking you up. And like, I think a little girl was filming it. And then you start hearing all the little kids start crying and curling into their seat. And she's like, I want to go home. I want to go home.
Come on.
It was so sad.
Oh, here we go.
Oh! You shouldn't have touched me yesterday.
I didn't touch her.
I'm gonna flip this whole bus. Everybody on it. And I mean that. They go for everybody on her. Touch my daughter again. And I'm gonna flip this whole bus. I'm not playing. You don't let nobody touch my kids, bro. I'm not playing, bro. All that bully shit. All that big bully shit. Y'all got going on. I'm not playing.
This is crazy.
So scary. Oh, it's so sad, bro.
Now they're crying. Now they're all crying.
Good.
But they might not be the bullies.
All right, well, everybody got to get it. I try to think how I would handle that situation, man, every day.
What do you mean? If
somebody was bullying my kid, man, like I can't just sit back. But I think I would go more sneaky route.
What do you mean?
Like I wouldn't just go yell on the school bus. Like I would I would go the correct route first, authorities and deal with the parents and teachers. And
real proper like.
But after that, I'm all black gear, black face paint, sliding into people's backyards, fucking shit up.
So Cipha, you got to tell me your thoughts on the what the hell is the Tiffany Haddish Aries Spears?
What could the thoughts be?
Well, my question is this: I don't even want to get into like the whatever they're. Is it a shakedown? Is it this? Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But my question is, I went and watched a clip.
Yeah.
Cipha, you and I did some dumb shit. Okay,
yeah.
We definitely did some bits. We
you
go
did
back
more
on
dumb shit than I did.
Yeah, no, I think you probably did at least as much, if not more, dumb shit. But
You think so?
No, I was just trying to balance it out. But we both did bits. Whatever, it was our names on the bits, and we did a bits that I'm sure we'd look back at now. I mean, you remember Down Low Elmo? I mean, come on, there were things we probably shouldn't have done. No, but
I don't remember Down Low Elmo.
Remember
what we had that?
Yeah,
that's fire.
And I remember, and I was going,
I gotta write that down.
Hold me Elmo, and then I would go lower.
Oh yeah. Bro, we gotta find that.
I might be. It's somewhere. Down Low Elmo's somewhere. Anyways, so listen, I know what it is to do bits that are not a great idea.
Yeah.
But the bit that they are in trouble for, and if you don't know, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears are both being sued by a now grown kids,
like an 18-year-old, right? He's like
who
18.
was used in this video in a very weird sexual way.
Was it like 2012 or something?
Yeah. By the way, it wasn't as old as I hoped it would be. It was old, but I was like, this should be older. You should have done this in you could have maybe been like, wow, it was a different time in 2002.
Right.
2012 feels like, I mean, it was on Funny or Die. Like there was already an internet. The internet and comedy videos was already happening.
Yeah, but it wasn't produced by Funny or Die. Funny or Die, you could upload user content.
Oh, got it. Okay, it was user
Yeah.
content uploaded.
Yeah.
So basically in the skit, Tiffany Haddish is playing the mom, and there's a little girl who's seemingly naked but like blurred out.
Is it a girl or a boy?
I can't even tell. I don't know, girl or boy. I don't know. I
Uh,
thought it was a girl, but says to Ari Spears' character, hey, you know,
I think he's like her uncle or something.
your uncle's gonna be watching you. Do anything your uncle tells you. Do anything he tells you.
Right.
And then she
Listen to
leaves.
your uncle, yeah.
Listen to your, and then it shows the uncle like looking at the ogling the kid through the newspaper.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just not fun. It was like such a terrible premise.
It's horrible.
It's like, it's so horrible. It's not, they're like, look, isn't molestation funny? Like, there's no punch. Maybe they were trying
Oh,
to
because they
make-
kept playing R. Kelly's song.
oh yeah, then they're
My
playing,
mind's telling me no.
Oh.
But my
Oh.
body.
oh
He kept playing that part, and he'd be looking at the little kid. I saw it. Will, my boy Will from our other podcast, showed it to me.
you're talking about Will Solomons.
I couldn't even watch. I was like, Will, turn this off. I don't want to watch this. No, just watch.
Billy June just sent us something. I'm gonna play it right
I don't
now.
want to. Don't show it.
It's from the morning show.
I'm gonna play it. Let's see how bad it is. If we have to edit it, we will. Here we go.
Morning show.
Listen, it's U.S. Census time. You got to be counted. Now we're talking to a Black, a Puerto Rican, and a Jew. What happens if you would call these people as the census people, and how would they react? How do Black, Puerto Rican, and Jews act to the census? Here's a Black person. And what is the combined salary of your household? All right. That's
About my finances.
now. What happens if you call a Puerto Rican person?
Let's find out.
Saying you're from the census.
Hello.
Is it available, please?
Yes.
Angel, hello. This is Mr. Rosenberg from the. How are you?
Okay.
Just wanted to ask you a couple of quick questions. Do you happen to get our census form in the mail yet?
I'm not sure.
How many people are currently living in your household?
Two.
Okay. Now, is your background Mexican, Dominican, Puerto Rican, or Mexican?
Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Is there a difference between being Puerto Rican and Dominican?
Somewhat, yeah. It's two different cultures.
But you both speak Spanish,
Yes.
and you would say you're both generally loud and fairly obnoxious.
No.
But you all eat burritos too, right?
Excuse me.
Yo, Saif.
Now, in all fairness,
Saif, what the fuck are we doing, bro? This is crazy.
Wait for the last one.
Oh,
I don't think the census people actually say things like that.
Why?
I took some liberties there.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't think.
It's not on the form.
Okay. I don't think they're racially offensive like that.
What about how would a Jew react?
I would assume a Jew would be a little bit more forthright with their
More
information.
receptive to
A
it.
little bit. The Jew. Hey, is Mrs. there, please?
Who's calling?
Hey, this is Mr. Rosenberg. I'm calling from the.
Where did you get my number from?
Oh, we're the. Man, we have everyone's phone number.
This is my cell phone number. Why do you have my cell phone number?
We have that too.
Okay, well, what do you want?
Did you happen to get your forms in the mail yet from the census?
I have no idea. You'll have to ask my husband. I'm sure you have his number too.
Is your husband available right now?
Nope, not home.
Ma'am, what kind of car do you drive?
Don't call me again. Don't call me again. I don't know who you are. Don't call me again.
Please don't do this.
That was my mom, and I gave you her phone number.
Oh, that was your mom?
Yeah, and she called my dad saying, "Hey, they're census people, fake calling. Be careful." And then he's an idiot, and he told her it was me that I gave you the number, and she didn't talk to me for like 3 days because she doesn't have a good sense of humor.
that was very funny. However, the Latino part was a little offensive.
Is it offensive?
Well, the thing is, like, obviously, you know,
I don't find it offensive.
no, it's not offensive. What
It's
what
funny.
right? It's a joke. It's a joke. It's playing into racial stereotypes for a joke. Spanish burrito, dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
Playing into
What's
it.
wrong with that?
Right. Are you allowed to make jokes like that? If you know the nature of, now listen, if on the same show that you played a skit like that, you also then sincerely, like, casually said nasty things about Latino people, then it's not funny. Then you're just a
But
nasty.
my thing is, like, if I'm hanging out with a bunch of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, they're all making those jokes as well to each other. You know what I mean? So like, what makes it right? What makes it wrong?
Well, in theory, what made our show right, and why I would still argue for our show, is that we literally had all the groups that we were talking about represented on the show.
Mhm.
They were represented by people on the show, and we all made those jokes together.
And we made them together, and we also, through humor, we're learning about each other.
Right.
I sincerely feel that way. Through humor, we learn about each other. We learn about different idiosyncrasies of different types of people. And like, some people don't realize Puerto Ricans and Dominicans are very different. And we made that known. Not that one's right, one's wrong, one's bigger, one's better.
Right.
Just we're different. I don't know, man.
Which one's bigger?
Puerto Ricans.
So yeah, that's the whole Ari Spears, Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, I think that I've done some things. I've told some jokes. I've done some skits. Maybe recorded something, and I go, because you got to try it as a comedian. You try it, and then there's something that, like, especially if it's not funny. Like, that skit wasn't funny.
Right.
If it's not funny, you go, this not, it's, because sometimes what happens is you have the lights, you have the cameras, everything's set up, so you feel like if you don't use it, you waste it.
Oh man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's, which is hilarious too, that they thought like they'd really put time in. It's the shittiest looking camera.
Yeah,
Sound is shit. The look is shit.
But apparently, the kid was saying that they were like, he didn't want to do some things. He felt uncomfortable. And they were like, no, just do it. It'll be funny. Don't just do it. That's where I don't agree with it. You know, if anyone at any time feels uncomfortable about something, you got to back away.
Yeah. Well, and also, why were you doing a thing of that nature with a kid? Like, not an adult playing a kid.
That's what Will said. Will said you should have did it like they did Homie the Clown, where it's like adults playing these kids.
Right. You didn't have Homie the Clown actually hitting kids.
Yeah, that would have been way better.
It still would have been funny though, unfortunately, because
but it would have been, it wouldn't have got him out of this situation.
It would have gotten them out of the situation. Yeah. That's exactly.
I heard Aries. Yeah. So what he's saying is being extorted or some shit.
Yeah, people are. It's a shakedown. By the way, and it may be.
Yeah, I heard him go. I heard him on some clip I saw, and he goes, "Nah, it's more than what you think. I can't speak about it. It's a shakedown." Da 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 da. He goes, "Yeah, and that Lizzo thing didn't help."
But I was gonna say, his timing of deciding to randomly fuck with Lizzo and make fun of her. All right, Saif, who's a good interview on Fresh and Fit? They have lots of Brittany Renner.
No. Oh, Fresh and Fit. Go to do one with Andrew Tate. Then you'll hear both of them.
Oh, they all get together?
Yeah, that's how I first saw Andrew Tate. I don't really like Andrew Tate.
So why do we want to watch him?
Because you got to hear the comedy of it. You got to hear what they're saying.
Okay.
I don't like him, but he makes some points.
So we're gonna add to. Wow, they get a lot of views, huh?
Yeah, they get a lot of views, bro.
And you lean into this man complaining shit.
I don't lean into it.
Not you. I mean, like the proverbial you. If one leans into it, there's a lot of viewers there.
But here's what I don't like about it. Their thing is always about like high value men that bring this and that to the situation. There's a lot of losers listening to Fresh and Fit thinking that they're the shit.
Of
like
course.
They're missing that part.
Podcast. We got a special guest in the house, Andrew fucking Tate, man. The legend. Let's get it, man.
These guys look like, I'll just tell you right now, these guys look like fucking dorks. I just want to be clear. All right.
To the studio, bro. I was on a plane for 2 days. I slept 4 hours in 3 days. Then I was on the yacht with you guys. Now we're in the studio.
Yo.
But it's okay. I run on pure adrenaline.
This is what it is, man.
I run on pure adrenaline.
You guys asked for this.
You guys asked for it.
And now you have it here.
Here.
Literally the most requested person to come on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
my
Andrew
God.
fucking Tate.
Well, there are girls there, and that
Sorry.
is there a bunch of girls sitting at the table?
No, not yet.
Oh no, you gotta go. That's the podcast part. You gotta go to what they call Fresh and Fit After Hours.
Cipha, I hate you. I
Why?
hate that you know this much.
It's very funny to watch. These girls say wild shit.
All right, Fresh and Fit After Hours. Here's a whole bunch of. They just invite a lot of girls.
Yeah,
Podcast After Hours. This show was joined with Sneeko and a bunch of lovely ladies in the house. Let's get into it. Let's go.
that guy, he's wax, Nico.
He's whacked.
Sneeko and
Crazy.
a lot of girls here, and you guys know how there. So we had to make some fixes. So anyway, with that said, quick announcement, guys. Number one, patreon.com/freshfits. Beginning of the month, so go ahead and get in
Go
there.
in the
now.
middle.
Enjoy your
Skip,
month.
skip, skip.
Next, check us out on Spotify, Google Now Podcast,
Skip the middle.
anchor.fm/freshfit. Check us out
Yeah,
over
skip.
Why you don't want to hear?
Like-
There we go.
Does that judge?
I got here. You know what? Let me ask you a better question. Let's say you're a multimillionaire. You have $300,000. You test drive this Lamborghini. It's fantastic. Then they peel the sticker off and you figure out the odometer has 100,000 miles on it. Are you gonna? No. But this is how. Okay, no. But would you purchase that vehicle for full price?
So you're saying it looks.
Please
the
answer the
exact-
question.
It's the exact same, except the labels
Please answer
not
the
the
question.
same.
Would you purchase the vehicle
mile.
for full price?
The mileage.
Yes.
Is he equating this to sex?
Correct.
Know that, but still,
Would you purchase it? Answer the question, please.
no.
You would not. Why would you not purchase it?
Yeah, because you weren't aware of that, but still.
No. But even if you were aware, why are you going to pay full price for something that is that isn't has been used?
Oh,
But young
okay.
girls could be ran through.
That's
They
true.
could
Definitely can,
still
right.
be
That's
like,
true.
that don't
But
get
hold on.
run through.
But
This is the most moronic line of questioning I've ever.
what's the chances are far less the younger she is that she's been ran through. And also you got to remember this too.
Nah.
Older women typically tend to come with more baggage. They tend to come with more experiences that are not favorable to you. And on top of that, they might have children. They may have come from another marriage, etc. They're not going to be as trainable and more as attractive to most guys. You can't argue this. Women are attracted to status. Men are attracted to youth and beauty.
Okay, I have a question.
This is biology. It's the truth.
What does trainable mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? Like,
Fix you.
Right, yeah. Do what I
Because
say. You're going
older women tend to be stuck in their ways and they refuse to change. And as a guy, if you got your shit together, you want a woman that's more impressionable, that's going to follow your lead. Older women typically.
I can't say it. I can. But now, so you're entertained by it. I just like the fact that they sincerely think they're saying something profound bothers me. That's hard for me. Now, what I'm most impressed about is they got like 10 different girls to sit around a table and talk.
Every time, every night, it's filled up.
They're doing this every night.
I mean, every time they do it, there's always all these girls there. It's fucking good, man. Now, I don't believe in I don't like the submissive woman part. I don't like the trainable part. I don't like all that shit.
How can you leave that part out? That I only listened for 10 seconds. That's all I heard.
No, but the shit about you. Okay, so when you like a girl that had fucking slept with 50 guys before you, it doesn't bother you.
It's like, does it bother me?
Does it bother you? Or if it was 10 guys or 50 guys, the 50 doesn't sound worse.
Yeah, but it's based on nothing. I mean, it's based on just like my own jealousy. Like it's not like the idea of
What
a
should
human
it be based
being
on?
But a human being can't be used the way a car is. There's no value
Yeah, come on,
decrease.
that's an analogy. Also,
But it's a terrible analogy because the reason a car is less valuable when it has mileage on it is because it can no longer perform well. You having a lot of experience dating may make you perform better in relationships.
No, but also a lot of girls. This is scientifically proven.
Go ahead.
That
I'm
men,
dubious already.
Would you say men and women are different in certain
Sure.
aspects?
Yeah,
You
of
think
course.
men and women sleep with people in a different way?
Oftentimes, yes, not always.
Okay, not always. Everything is not always. I'm just saying, women tend to have more emotional connection with sex. So
Generally
if a
speaking, yes.
Generally speaking, and so if a woman has more emotional connection with sex, and she has bonding, the bonding gets less and less and less with each time she has sex with different people. So when it comes time for her to settle down, it's hard for her to bond with the guy she's settling down with.
My guess would be that the kind of person who had slept with a lot of people probably has less of a bond with each of the person they're sleeping with. They're probably a little bit, generally, are probably more comfortable with just having sex as in a casual way, the way we expect men to be able to be.
But men and women are not the same. We don't have sex the same.
But not everyone does.
Not
But some people-
everyone, but in general, I would just say like men have sex for different reasons than women do a lot of the time. And
Well-
now there's a whole feminist movement telling women, nah, fucking you can fuck as much as a man, but their bodies chemically react differently.
But their body also chemically reacts differently based also not on physical stuff and physiological stuff, but also on social programming. They've been programmed to think the way that women. No, you can't sleep with someone. Then you're easy. That's built in too. You can't just tell me that's physiological. Like, oh, I only want to have.
I'm all of it, but you got to add all of it together. Fine, social aspect is part of it. But what about the other parts? Are those that you're saying a part that's right, but now are the other parts right too?
Listen, this is an interesting.
I asked you a yes or no question.
Which part? Which part?
Are the other parts right too? Yes, the social aspect, what you're saying is right. What about the emotional connection and physical aspect to it? They're right also.
You mean yes? Do women
it's a
have?
pie. It's a pie.
Do women?
Percentages.
Yeah, sure.
But you answered your part quickly, but then the other parts that you don't 100% agree with, you don't answer. This is why these conversations always go round and round.
No, I'm thinking. I'm trying to just understand what you're asking.
Oh, you're doing Kanye when he was on TMZ. He's like, we're gonna go to break, and he's like, no, let me think. Don't go to break.
No,
Don't Jimmy Kimmel me.
All of these things could be true, and I would still say at the end of it, if you meet a girl who seems awesome and you find out she's slept with too many people for you and you immediately go from you liked her to I'm not interested, you're an asshole. That is my personal opinion. Like, I'm not saying you don't have the right to.
Why does it make you an asshole?
You
have a preference.
It's judgment. It's not preference. It's well, by the way, that's another thing.
Difference.
Why is preference okay? People are racial.
What?
People have racial preferences. They're called racist.
Preference? What do you mean? Preference? How could you, if you like something or don't like something, how's that bad?
So someone saying, I choose to not be friends with black people. I choose not to. It's my preference to not be friends with black people.
100%.
That's okay.
Yes.
There's no moral judgment for that.
No, I'm not saying there's not moral judgment for it, but if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
Right. And
are you trying to force somebody to like people?
But you're an asshole. You're a racist, undeveloped asshole. That's what I would say to someone who says, I don't want to have black friends. I'm just not comfortable with black people. I'd go, well, you're an asshole. Now, I would say the same thing for someone who meets a girl, thinks they're fantastic. They hit it off. They bond. There's a connection. Finds out they slept with a number of people they're uncomfortable with and immediately walks away. To me, that makes you an asshole.
Well, somebody that just gets with a girl who has 50 guys ran through her and you're all good with it, that's an asshole.
You can think that, but I don't.
You can think what you think.
But there's no doubt. You're talking about your ego, though. That whole thing is
ego plays a part. Ego is part of our lives.
Okay, but grow up. Like, you don't own women anymore. My ex-wife moved on. She's having sex with other people. Like, it's over. My current fiance has had sex with other people. Like, it's just such a basic. It's not like I don't understand anything you're saying. It's just that they're basic bitches. These dudes are basic. This is basic thought. To be like, oh no, you fuck too many people. It's like a used car. It's not like a used car. It could be.
You pay full price.
Would I pay full price for a car with mileage on it? No, I would not. But would I date a girl who's fucked more guys than I would have liked?
Who has 2 kids?
Yeah, sure. I mean, well, that's kids is different though, because now you're deciding, do you want to have a family that's already made or not? Like, that's not necessarily a moral judgment. That's just a lifestyle. Like, I don't want. I want
a preference.
Yeah, but it's a preference that's affected. Like, your life is affected directly by it constantly.
So it's a preference.
I'm not affected by who my partner fucked. It does not affect.
We've moved on from that. We've moved on to the next subject.
Okay.
2 kids.
It depends. Me personally,
so you have a preference.
I would rather start a relationship.
But she's a beautiful girl. She has everything you want. She's everything you ever wanted, but she has 2 kids.
If she was everything, if she's everything I ever wanted, I would have sucked up the kids and been with her.
You can't
Yes.
discipline them. Don't touch my kids.
Wait, oh, this is your wife. Hold on, I'm uncomfortable with this situation now. Wow. Cipha, we're like fresh and not fit.
Also not very fresh. The fuck you talking about?
Yeah, we're not fresh and not fit.
You gotta go on the show. They're gonna call you a simp.
I would enjoy it. Actually, I would enjoy being on the show with them. That would be fun. Cipha, this has been fun. Patrons, we love you.
Where you going?
We gotta go.
Wait, one more thing.
Oh.
Car music.
Oh yeah.
You're saying Rock Marciano with Alchemist. It's driving music.
It's for me, it's one kind of driving music.
Okay, what's the scenario? What's your preference?
Scenario is it's a Wednesday night.
Yep.
I go out. I got to go meet up with someone downtown and be in the car for 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I could throw on a joint like this. Loud, very loud. Boldy James.
227. Charismatic, in love with them sweet aromatics. Infatuated with Rolodexes, Audemars Briquettes, Cartiers, and Paris. It's hard to steer the traffic, stuck in the ghetto with things for selling.
Would you not want to listen to that in a car?
Not really.
You need it to move more.
I don't know. It's like, I see that music as sitting in a dirty basement, smoking blunts, drinking beer, but I don't do any of those things. So maybe that's why that music doesn't grab me, but that's how it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I don't have much that I want to smoke blunts and drink beer to. It's only going to be car or shower, you know.
You listen to that in the shower?
No.
Oh, you mean when you listen to music, like?
Yeah, no, I listen. This is like my let's end it with the late great Mac Miller. This, like, that song I played a while ago on this is like some weekend relaxing in the house, clean up the house, take a shower music. This is more that vibe for me.
Oh God.
But too slow?
Way too slow.
To clean the house? You listen to Sade. I thought Sade's your house cleaning music.
My house, Sade got upbeat shit.
Some.
That's the ones I listen to.
You only listen to upbeat Sade?
If I'm cleaning the house.
The 80s Joel?
I'm thinking maybe I should thank you.
Nah, this is.
Oh, baby, I should buy you another round.
So where's the slow music get play for you? Anywhere?
Yeah. Like that's more car music to me.
Oh, the windows down.
Couple $100,000. I made it, but once I build it, I break it. That might just break me down. And all I ever needed was somebody with some reason who can keep me sane. Ever since I came.
Yo, by the way, if you go back and watch our interview with Mac Miller, like, we have a few. The only one we did together on video, because there's a Juan app that we should re-release. But the only one we did on video was me, you, and Ebro during the awkward transition time of the show.
When they were trying to do a video in the back room.
Yes.
With a black fucking curtain.
Yeah. Oh, it was the worst. Did you see the clip I posted?
Yeah.
So, like, that interview, if you go back and watch it, Cipha, there's so much about it that's painful. But Mac's great in it. Mac says
What's
great.
painful?
Ebro is like new to doing the stuff with us then, and his role wasn't defined, so he's just kind of like awkwardly.
He was just casing the joint at the time.
Yeah. So like he keeps trying to like start shit between me and Mac. He keeps trying to like make it like a tension, like a white boy tension thing between us. But like Mac and I were already pretty close at that time, so it was like it didn't work. It was stupid. It was weird. It was just awkward. There's some awkward shit in there. But in that clip I posted, I just loved hearing Matt go, yeah, I'm working with this kid named Vince Staples. And how new that was. Did you hear about Vince's show, by the way?
No.
Oh, yeah. Vince Staples has I think it's Netflix show, a biographical show set in Long Beach about his life coming out.
Oh, wait, scripted?
I believe scripted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It said comedy. It's with Kenya Barris.
Oh, yeah, it's Kenya Barris. So it's a scripted comedy. Right, right.
What'd you call him, Billy?
Barris. I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, it's Kenya Barris.
You think he's Russian?
I said Boris, not Boris.
You know what? This is getting barring. So we should go.
Yo, thanks
What
so
the hell
much
was
for
that?
joining
Whose
us.
snort was that? Was that Cipha or Billy?
It was Billy.
Billy, that snort was iconic, bro. We need that as a drop.
No, please.
Is that a regular snort of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, he always does that.
Yeah, wow, you are a big snort. I never thought about that. All right,
Yo,
guys,
thanks for
patrons, we
fucking
love
with
you.
us.
Not fresh and not fit. Out.